Hello and welcome to Technical Drawing Solutions. Today I'm going to take you through drawing the borderlines and the title block. This actually comes after you have placed your paper correctly on the board, so that the next thing that you will do is to draw the borderlines. Now, before you start drawing, you should have the following instruments and materials. You need to have a drawing board, a drawing paper that fits on your drawing board and it's already mounted on the board, a HB and two well sharpened pencil, a masking tape or paper clips or pins, a T-square and a set square. So a set square 45 degrees. You will also need another set square 30 60 30 degrees 60 degrees set square, and you will need pencils, the 2H, yes, and then you will also need the HB, yes, and this is another HB. So another thing that you will need is a masking tape, and of course the paper on which you are going to draw. In this case we are going to use A3. So and before I forget, the most important thing is the T-square. You will need the T-square so that you are able to mount your paper against that T-square, and this T-square, after mounting your work here, then this is what is going to help you to draw horizontal lines. So let us start. So like we said, put away all your instruments where they are not liable to drop down, and place your paper in such a way that there is a margin on top here, margin on this side, and you have a larger margin on the lower side, since you're going to use your set square all over, and you're also going to use your T-square all over, and therefore just leave a small margin of about 300 millimeters. You don't have to measure 300 millimeters on this side. That is for a right-handed person, because a right-handed person will use the T-square. You will hold the T-square using the left hand, the left hand, and use your right hand to draw. Therefore, after we have set our table like that, we need the masking tape to hold this paper firmly on the table, and therefore we shall cut about 100 or 120 millimeters of tape, and then cut it into 4 pieces like that, and like that. So I have 4 pieces. I've cut it into 4 pieces, and the first piece I will place in this corner like that, and then place my T-square. Notice that the T-square has this it has this step, and therefore this step, which is the head, needs to hold against the side of your board, and therefore it is the one that maintains your blade horizontal, because this angle here is 90, and this edge here is true. This edge of the head also, the edge of the head is also true, and therefore you place it like that. This is 90, this is 90 degrees. You place it like that, so this becomes horizontal. So we want our paper also, our paper, you can see it is not aligned. We want that paper to be aligned to the T-square, and the T-square, as the T-square is also aligned to our board, you can see that there's no space. If you leave a space on your T-square on the upper side, there'll be a slope upwards. If there's space on the lower side, there'll be that kind of slope, and therefore maintain your T-square firmly on the side of the table. So to align our paper, I'll push my T-square, making sure that the T-square is well aligned, and therefore pull my paper until it is just in line. It is just in line with the T-square, and the T-square is also aligned to the table. Therefore, once I do that, then I place my other tape, pull it like you pull the skin when you are airing the skin, and then when you dry a skin, you pull it apart like that. So check again, make sure the T-square is well placed, and check whether that is well aligned. And from what I can see, it is well aligned, and therefore I can place the other masking tape here, and finally finish with this other one. Pull it to make sure there is no space underneath. So that is already set. So the next thing is to measure 10 millimeters all round, so that we are able to draw our borderline 10 millimeters, and therefore we'll measure 10 millimeters and put a dot there, 10 millimeters and put a dot there, 10 millimeters there and put a dot there, 10 millimeters and put a dot there. So now I have 4 dots, a dot here, a dot there, a dot there, a dot here, and a dot here. So if you do not have a T-square, if you're not using a T-square, then you need to put 2 dots in line, another dot at 10 millimeters, so that you have 2 dots. And if you join those 2 dots, you're going to have a horizontal line which will be parallel to the edge of your paper. So because I have a T-square, I do not need to put 2 dots. The next thing is for me to align my T-square to the dot, and with my HB pencil, and I'm going to rotate it as it moves, and then hold it close to the tip, and then I want to apply pressure because I'm drawing finish line. So just make 1 stroke like that, and that gives us that. Then with my T-square again, T-square, and making sure that the T-square is well aligned, and place the set square on the T-square and make sure it's also aligned, and then hold it firmly, and I'm going to draw another line like that. Yes, And same thing to this side. Pull the T-square so that it is in line, and then align your set square to the dot and draw that line. Then draw the final line here. Draw that final line. Hold the T-square firmly and rotate the pencil as you draw. So that is our title, our border lines. Then you will notice that at this point here, I have not finished the corners, which need to be quite in sync, and therefore let me just show you how to finish this line at the corner here. Finish this line at the corner there. So I'll just remove that tape, not completely, just remove it and place it on the side, and then align, place my pencil there so that I don't have double lines. Place my pencil, align it throughout, and push it there. The same thing on this side. Align my pencil and align it to that line and push it there. And you can see that I have a perfect corner there. A corner that does not have intersection. There's no intersection. It is a perfect corner. So you can do the same to these other corners as you continue. Notice that the corners here are true, so that we don't have a gap or intersection lines. So the corner here has to be 90 degrees and it has to be true. So once you have drawn, your borderlines will appear like that, so that the outer line here is the paper line. The outer line here is the paper line, and then we have the inner line here, which is the border line, and it is 10 millimeters from the edge of the paper. Then we need to draw a title block. So how do we draw this title block? The title block is drawn on the right bottom side of your paper.